You're like, this is the 8th episode of the Bet On Us podcast. I'm like, definitely almost DP to grow one time. You should have just done that.
What's going on, world? This is the 8th episode of the Bet On Us podcast. I am 1K Watts.
And I'm Mike.
And we got Sean and Andres behind the tables.
What's up?
What's going on?
And we're happy to be back, dude. It's been almost a week, if not a week, since
Feels like a little bit over a week. I don't know when the last time we recorded was, but it's been a minute.
It feels like forever. And
Yeah.
I want to sit here and address allegations that have been pinned against me at the beginning of this episode. And she asked for it. She put us in that group message on Instagram.
Go to what kind of group message we talked about. Give the people some details on what is going on here.
I'll give you the POV. So Mike and I are sitting next to each other in a car. I think hotboxing, smoking, or drinking.
This was years ago.
Yeah, we're drinking
like,
probably
6-7 years ago. We were like 21.
21, 22, and I'm not that old. We're not that old.
We were 27, but that shit was like 5-6 years ago.
It was a little.
I just want to make sure that everybody knows this shit wasn't like last week. This was a long time ago.
It was quite a bit ago. We were sitting in a hot box or something, and she put us in a message on Instagram. And what'd she name it? She named it like
It was something freaky.
My Boys or something
Moral
like
of
that.
the story: she wanted both our cocks.
At the same time. Yeah. And Mike ended up having sex with that female.
Yeah, but you kissed her in public at a bar on New Year's Eve.
I didn't.
That's worse.
No. I didn't though. She kissed me.
But your lips were still on hers in public.
I gave her a little Easter egg hunt. I said, look, if you can find me at 12 on the strike of midnight, then you got what you want. But
and she dropped down from the rafters on a little fucking... like, slid down on a fucking...
Tell me I didn't. I was hiding, no.
Yeah.
I was doing my due diligence of getting through some crowds. Like, I'm moving... So it was
yeah, it was so funny.
It was some wild shit, and all I see is a hand. I have a video of it on my Snapchat memories.
But
there's a hand that just grabs my face and turns it. Bro.
But before that happened, she was hanging out with one of her other friends, and she her friend grabbed me. He's like, "You owe my friend a kiss," because we had obviously had sex, right? And I remember like just fucking like dipped out of it, like
you start letting people out.
I went full Matrix. Like she went to grab my sweater. I was like, poof.
Before people are like, oh, he kisses girls after his buddy fucks him, right? We're Eskimo brothers. You've hit after I've hit.
It's happened, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, I think out of our friend group, there's more than just one of us that are like Eskimo brothers with each other.
Yep, I'm looking at one right now.
Oh shit!
Andres is the only one in the clear.
Well, I hope that we haven't fucked any of the same people. Andres has been with his girl for fucking a decade.
55 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shit. All right, let's get it. Enough with the
back to sports.
Sex shit.
Back to sports. You freaky fuck.
You freaky fuck. So the Lakers are playing right now. We're on a little bit of a rush. The NBA standings are starting to finally like solidify a little bit.
They're moving quite a bit though,
dude,
which is crazy.
We're in the 7th seed right now, Sean. On the NBA standings, so we're in the 7th seed. Clippers are in the 6th seed. Phoenix Suns, go ahead.
The Suns are actually in the 4th. Clippers are in 5. Warriors 6.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so here's the cool thing. It's halftime right now as we're filming with the Lakers and Jazz game.
Yep, we're winning.
We're beating the Jazz.
We're up by 11.
We still play the Clippers before the end of the season. We still play the Suns on Friday. And then who else was in front of us?
We got Warriors are 6.
I don't know.
But the Warriors are trash on the road, dude. I think they have a road game before the end of the
horrible.
season. They're really bad on the road. So, ideally, Lakers move to 6. And here's my justification with that, right? I don't want to go to like the 5th because then we got to play, I think it's the Grizzlies in 2nd.
Yeah.
Versus if we're the 6th seed, who do we play? It'd be the fucking Clippers, right?
Is that who that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Lines up to the
That's a
Clippers.
winnable series. I think we can
very winnable.
beat the Clippers. Easy.
Especially, I mean, let's get our get back and fuck on Russell Westbrook.
Fact. And actually, now that I think about it, wouldn't we rather play one of the 1, 2, or 3 seeds? Because it seems like all the scariest teams, Phoenix Suns, if they're all healthy at 4, are scary with Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, and Devin Booker. Warriors can be streaky. Clippers, if they're all healthy and playing, they're good. the Grizzlies who are in second, the Nuggets who are in first, and then who's in third, Sean?
Sacramento Kings.
We beat any one of those three teams.
I'll be honest, as a Lakers fan, I don't want to play any of those teams.
It being the top three teams?
Bro, it's not. I'm not confident that we beat any of those teams 4 times.
I am.
At the same time, though, all we need is a series. We just want to get out of the play-in game, right?
Yeah. As long as we get to the 6th, we're not in the play-in, and then they'll have a week to rest. If they could play the way they've been playing, all right, AD, I know there's a lot of AD slander that goes on, but that dude's been playing like a dog.
By you.
I know. I go back and forth on AD a lot. But listen, he's been playing like a dog lately.
There are times.
Because he's, all right, sorry to interrupt you, bro.
Yeah.
The reason he's playing good, and this is what I've always bitched about with AD, he's playing like a 5 right now. He's not hanging out on the fucking perimeter trying to shoot step back jump shots
Facts.
and 3-pointers all game. He's using that big body and bullying dudes down in the paint and scoring at the rim and getting rebounds, bro. That's how we need AD to play, and he's been playing like that.
Yeah, I mean, other people are chiming in, though. Hachimura is a dog.
Hachimura's a dog. D'Angelo Russell
Austin
is nice.
Reeves is a dog.
AR-15, he's a dog.
Our team's clicking right now, and I'm glad it's happening right now. Because regardless if you're in the first, second, or third seed, say the Kings take a couple nights off before the playoffs, shit could change real quick. You could lose momentum quick.
Fact, we got exponentially better after all the trades. Our team's day and night, bro. We've been clicking. I'm actually excited being a Lakers fan right now. A couple weeks ago, I was like, I don't give a fuck about basketball. The Lakers suck. I'm not watching this shit. And they've changed my mind.
I enjoy being an underdog.
Yeah.
You know, because when in the mid-2000s, the Lakers were that team, right? So coming into every playoff season, they're gunning for us. Everyone's thinking, oh, Lakers are sweet right now. No,
Yeah.
we're not. Come see us.
Isn't it crazy how much – usually the West is always way better. It's wild how much better the East is this year than the West. Because I think like 5 through like 10 or 11 are all hovering around 500 versus in the East. What are the standings in the East? Who are the top 6 teams?
So we got the Bucks at 1, Celtics 2, Sixers at 3, Cavs at 4, Knicks at 5, and the Nets at 6.
Damn. Actually, maybe they don't sound better than the West.
So, no, they are. And
The Nets got better after they got rid of all their superstars, which is crazy.
The East has been better than the West for the past couple years. Like,
Yeah.
this has been happening. The Sixers and the Celtics just played today. I
don't know who won.
I think the Celtics
That
were
game
winning.
just ended right before we started recording.
But
It was tied going into the 4th, I think.
I think the Sixers got a shot.
The Sixers are good.
If they can put some shit together, they got a shot.
Sixers won by 2.
See, that's what I'm getting at. It's like
And what are they seeded right now? Joel Embiid
3.
gonna be fucking MVP?
Sixers are at 3, but it's looking very similar to last year, right? I mean, Bucks at 1, Celtics 2, like Sixers at 3. Like that was like the exact same lineup as last, or standings as last year.
yeah. So we'll see. I think I can't even call it in the East. I think the Lakers can make a run in the West,
Yeah.
and we'll see what happens. You know.
We just touched on the Warriors' road record. Sean, if you could pull up the Warriors' road record right now. Nobody's scared of the Warriors in the playoffs right now. Because they're gonna, with their seeding, they're gonna have road games. And bro, they're garbage on the road. They're bad.
Yeah, but is that a stat that matters?
Yeah.
Like, okay, of course, like, oh, they've lost a lot of games on the road, right? But who says they can't just put them together on the road? Like, they're a good team.
It's
not
bad.
It's
What is it,
bad.
Sean?
It's a horrible record.
9-30.
Okay,
Bro, you're
but
not even close. You're not even hovering around.
being
500.
9-30 on the road doesn't make you a bad team. They're a good team.
But you gotta play games on the road when you're not the first seed.
So
So what? If they're so you're all right. So every series, even if they have home court advantage, they still got to go play what 2 away games.
At
So
least,
there's
yeah.
basically a fucking 70% chance they're gonna lose those away games. So you got to win all your home.
Okay,
games.
let's play another game. Are we implying the fans make that much of an impact on these shooters? Okay, we can leave that in the stratosphere. How many of those games were played without Steph? You know, how many of these games are played not at full strength?
Hasn't Steph been healthy? Oh, and they're still missing Wiggins.
Exactly. So
Talking about Andrew Wiggins, you know the undisclosed family issue that he like stepped away from? It was something to do with his girlfriend. And him having-
I heard about
Bro,
that.
all right, I can't believe we haven't talked about this yet. So Andrew Wiggins is missing time right now, justifiably so,
this hurts.
because his girlfriend, who they had a kid together, it came out that that kid was not his.
It's another old teammate's kid.
And then were they boys or something like that?
It's his dog. Like they were
Yeah.
teammates.
And he's been raising this kid like it was his own, and it just came out that it wasn't.
And the
Like-
whole Warriors are behind him. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, he needs some time.
Oh, dude,
We'll
yeah,
give-
bro. I mean, imagine that shit, dude.
Sean, who was that player that fucked Andrew Wiggins' girl?
Who's Andrew Wiggins' girlfriend's baby daddy?
It's saying Michael Johnson, but I'm not sure who that is.
I don't know either. But anyways, that's some fucked up shit, dude.
I thought it was somebody like notable. Where I was
I don't
like,
think
oh,
it was
fuck.
notable. I just remember reading that article. I'm like, God damn, dude. Listen, bro. I'm saying that happened to me.
You're killing everybody, right? The kid too.
No,
Stomping out the
not
dog.
The, kid.
The
didn't do
dog
anything.
watched. You're just gonna not bark or something,
You
bro?
didn't do nothing. You didn't warn me. You didn't call me.
Stomp that dog out.
That's a bad one, dude. I feel fucking bad for him. But hopefully you move on to bigger and better bitches. That's all I can wish for Andrew Wiggins.
I mean, bro, if I'm Andrew Wiggins, call me lucky. I've washed my hands of the whole situation. I don't have no kid. I don't got no bitch. I'm rich.
You're not my girl anymore.
I'm
You're not
rich.
my homie anymore.
I'm rich. I'm in the NBA. Let's go
Bye.
hit the town. I need some pussy.
Yeah.
Some new pussy. Like, get me out of this whole situation.
That's a tough one, dude.
Yeah. Have fun with child support. That ain't mine.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
In other NBA news, I know this is a few years too late. Matt Barnes would have loved to see this shit when he was still in the league, but the NBA officially is not punishing players they're not testing for marijuana anymore. So these players can now smoke that weed.
I mean, I think the NFL's getting close to this too.
Yeah,
Because
everybody-
I know the NFL's lessened on it, but it's about time, dude.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know why we're still cracking down on this anywhere in the world.
Listen, these players get hurt, and they get these fucking steroid shots in their joints, get put
Yeah.
on pain pills, but they can't smoke a joint.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers talking about my leg.
I know. Aaron Rodgers talking about taking ayahuasca, but you can't smoke a little bit of weed.
Do you remember that interview where they're like, what? Because he got hurt, goes to the locker
Oh,
room,
and he
and
looked
comes
like he
back.
was all fucking zooted
and
up.
she was like, what happened? He's like, my leg.
Oh yeah, it was the post game interview, and he just looked like he was tuned up.
Yeah, just looked on a different planet.
Yeah, dude. The NCAA college championship.
Women's or men's? What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about the women's first.
Okay. Unpopular opinion. That Carson girl, I forget her first name. Carson? That's a bad.
Caitlin Clark.
No, Carson
I know
on
who you're talking
LSU. She's kind of bad. She kind of. They were calling her LSU Ice Spice.
Oh yeah.
She kind of
Okay,
got
okay.
the same hair, not the same hair, but resemblance. The LSU got some shooters.
They're
And
good, bro.
The problem is LSU, they could ball at every position. 1 through 5, they're balling.
They're good.
Even 1 through 9. You could get people off the bench. They're knocking down shots. The problem with Iowa,
They're too Caitlin Clark
it's Caitlin
centric.
Clark versus everybody.
I read some stat, and I'm totally butchering it right now, but she assisted or scored on 63% of Iowa's points throughout the tournament or some shit like that. Like she's just if the ball's not in her hands, they're not scoring.
I don't want to say an opinion because who am I to give an opinion about somebody's athletic ability and coordination, right? But some of those girls on Iowa look like they just were birthed from a cow and no, chill out and just learned how to walk.
Jesus.
Some of them look so uncoordinated.
You just called all their moms cows. Jesus, bro.
Some of them were so uncoordinated in the key where I'm like, there is no way you thought your legs were going to make that layup.
Yeah,
They
that's
were
fair.
just fucking all over. I'm like, stabilize yourself.
They were still making layups better than San Diego State was last night. We'll get into that here in a second. Dude,
San Diego State was scared.
they didn't make a single layup until 5 minutes into the second half. They didn't have a single bench point until 5 minutes into the second half.
I've never seen somebody on a fast break be afraid of somebody behind them.
It was bad.
It's like, what are we doing?
But as bad as they played, they were still in striking distance the whole time. They were 10, 12 points down the whole time. At one point, we were texting with 6 minutes left in the second. We were texting, it's like, how the fuck is this a 5-point game right now?
Is that more to say about how bad SDSU played or kind of how bad UConn was playing? UConn wasn't playing great.
UConn wasn't playing great, but San Diego shouldn't have even been there.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a team that wasn't even supposed to be there. UConn was supposed to mop the floor with them. I think it's more than I think UConn got a little bit laxed there for a little bit. That's why it got down to 5 points.
Yeah, second half.
But San Diego State, they offensively, they looked horrible. They looked like the lights were too bright. But they were still their defense is so good that they were still within striking distance, bro. There was really no point until 2 minutes left in the game to where they were completely out of it.
Yeah. I got a serious question. Let's go back to women's basketball really quick. Put you in the game. How many points you putting up in a women's basketball game? That was way too funny. How many points?
I can make a couple jump shots, dude.
We're getting some jump shots in, right?
Yeah.
And there was times where I'm watching these girls work the key, and I'm like, just throwing a shoulder in there and get up.
All right. I'm not going to act. I'm a bigger boy, bro.
Yeah.
I can run over some people, but some of these girls are still 6'3", 6'4", and thick.
Some of these women are dogs, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and act like you can back all of them down.
I'm not saying that either.
Give me a couple corner threes. I might go 2 for 8.
Also,
2 for 9 and have 6 points.
Give me an off the bench player. Let's go to the rim. You know, I think I can beat somebody to the rim.
I've also heard you say the same shit about male college players, though. And now you're trying to flex on these poor fucking women the same way?
I'm more confident now.
You don't think Reese is locking you down?
No, for sure.
You don't think Caitlin Clark's putting you in a blender?
Taking my ankles. That's fine. But there were players that were on that court last night, or 2 nights ago, that I don't think should have been.
Well, yeah. Isn't it crazy that that single women's college basketball game has more viewership than the entire WNBA women's season?
Also, I don't
know if that's true or
here's
not,
my thing. I just want to shake your hand because we're about to get roasted, and this might be the end of us. It was a good run.
Yeah, it's all good. The fuck y'all. So there was also the Reese taunting Clark at the end of the game.
This is obviously, I know, you guys might feel differently than me. This is obviously a white versus black thing.
I'd have to agree on that.
Because
Caitlin Clark's done that shit all season. Nobody ever wants.
What's the only excuse that the other side has? Dave Portnoy, for example. It's, she ran her down, followed her after the game for that, and was doing the championship ring thing. Bro, you're nitpicking right now. They do the same thing every game. And in what situation have we ever hated trash talk? As sports fans, we love that shit. Now we don't like it because it's women and they're different race colors.
Yeah.
Like
the outrage about it, like Reese being called classless and unsportsmanlike, that's a fucking reach. Dude.
You're calling her ghetto.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing right through that.
Yeah.
You know, and
her post game interview about it said a lot too, because she went on a little tangent. It's like, dude.
How is
competitive spirit's good, dude? That's happens in all sports, with football, with basketball, with baseball. There's people talking mad shit.
We got white MLB players fighting on the pitching mound, and they're not ghetto, they're not classless.
Yeah, but we can talk shit. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that there's a lot worse gestures and whatnot that's going on every single night in an NBA game. A lot worse, and that's not talked about near as much as this. You know, so
fact.
This is subtle racism. And people need to be called out on it. Like Dave Portnoy, you can say, I get it. You're a huge sports fan. You watch sports every night. But the fact of the matter is you're a Boston Celtics fan. And Boston Celtics fans are really close to scum of the earth. You guys don't get to be judging anybody on how they celebrate winning a championship.
Yeah, when it comes to talking shit, Kevin Garnett on the Celtics, bro, that fool used to talk crazy shit.
Yeah.
Crazy shit. I think it was the I Am Athlete podcast, and they had one of his teammates come on.
Yeah. What's homeboy's name? I'm going to be pissed off because I can't think about it. He plays on the Boston Bruins, and everybody hates him. He's one of the most famous players in hockey history. I think it starts with an M. He plays on the Bruins, the biggest shit talker ever. So when he gets his ass beat, when he gets like fucking checked in a hockey game, the whole crowd cheers.
Everybody hates him.
So I don't want to hear something coming from a Massachusetts native talking about, hey, this is classless. Yeah. Like, bro, you are classless.
Again, being a Boston Celtics fan, you got Kevin Garnett, who's a crazy shit talker. Paul Pierce literally shit himself. He rolled off in a
You want to talk about classless?
Yeah, bro. Listen, You shit yourself and didn't even have the. You made one of those poor traders on the team wheel you out of a
You
wheelchair
shit yourself
with your doo-doo pants.
in front of millions of people.
Yeah,
You
bro.
shit yourself.
Is it Brad Marchand?
It is Marchand. Yeah. So Brad Marchand, the whole NHL,
Bruins.
everybody that watches hockey hates him. Can't stand him unless you're a fan of the Bruins.
Yeah.
So the thing is, class does not come from Boston, and Boston should not judge people on class.
Yeah.
Where you're not going to
fuck
find
this
class is Fenway Park.
Cole's tiny. He's only 5'9", 170.
But he's a dog. Here's his problem, bro. He does little shit. Like, I don't know if you got. I used to play hockey as a kid. Have you ever smelt the inside of a hockey glove?
They stink.
The worst thing you can smell. He will just come up to you and put his glove right on your nose.
That's
Like,
disgusting.
bro,
You gotta fight him, right? You gotta punch him in the fucking
you deserve to
face.
get your ass beat, right?
Oh shit, that's fucking funny.
So I think there was subtle racism.
Yeah,
And
no, it's
I also did you see what Jill Biden said? She was like, invite both teams to the White House. And Angel Reese tweeted, "This is a joke.
That's a bad idea.
What are we doing? Participation trophies and championship games now?" Like, bro,
Yeah, it's stupid. That doesn't
first of
happen
all,
in the NBA.
LSU probably doesn't even want to go to the White House themselves. Why would both teams want to go?
Yeah.
Even though,
Yeah, it's stupid.
look,
Imagine them
this
doing
game,
that with the Super Bowl champs.
this
Like,
this
hey.
game, even though people haven't said it, it was white versus black, and I'm glad LSU won. A lot of people wanted Iowa to win because what's the skin tone of that team?
White.
It's white, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw one black person on that team.
Unfortunately, that is still a real.
It's a
factor.
thing,
Yeah.
and I'm glad LSU won, talked their shit, and proved their point.
I didn't have any issue with the shit talking, dude.
No,
I like seeing that competitive spirit. Because here's the thing, dude. You don't think Reese can go up to Clark and like show her love after the game when the cameras are off? Was it like we don't know what happened after the game? You could talk mad shit, be competitive, and then who gives a fuck? It's just like, dude, these are competitors. That's part of the competitive spirit. Is that shit talking? It's part of competition, dude. It doesn't have anything to do with sportsmanship. I can still give you your flowers, respect you, but talk that shit when we're on the court.
first of all, I might be in the lesser of this, but fuck sportsmanship sometimes, dude. If like I've been working my ass off to beat you all year, and I finally beat you, I'm gonna talk my shit. I don't want nothing from you, especially if you've been talking all year. And now you expect me to dap you up after I beat you? Nah, fuck that. I'm
Right.
talking my shit. I'm not even shaking your hand after this game. I'm popping champagne. You know?
I feel it. Yeah. See, I think I could crush I could fucking crush it a little bit afterwards, especially if I won. I'm gonna kill you with kindness, bro. Like you tried so hard to get under my skin. You talked so much shit. Tried so hard to getting me rattled, and look at me. I'm still unfazed. I'm still unbothered. I didn't give in to any of your petty bullshit.
And how many
I'm gonna kill
points?
you with
How many points you put up in that WNBA game and in that women's college basketball game?
6.
6.
Well, bro, they only score like 30 points anyways. That's a fucking.
They
fifth of the
scored
points.
more than the men's.
I know, that's
they
pretty
scored
crazy.
100 points in that game.
That's pretty
LSU
crazy.
did.
That's pretty crazy.
Men's only had maybe 70.
And then Iowa had like 80.
Yeah, they put up
like
almost
that.
200 points in that game, and the men's
bro.
maybe put up 140.
Both the NCAA championships, men and women's games were pretty good though. Entertaining. I wasn't mad about it.
It was all right.
It-
The men's
yeah.
could have been better.
Yeah, I mean they could have been closer, but entertaining games. I like the little rivalry and shit talking. On to a little bit of football news with the Arizona Cardinals. There's still all those rumors about where DeAndre Hopkins is going to go. Nothing that's really too solidified.
What, maybe the Patriots?
Maybe the
Or
Patriots.
I think the Cowboys are out of the picture.
I don't really have a lot of opinions on where D-Hop's going, but on another note, the Cardinals owner, Sean, if you could pull that up, was accused by a former Cardinals executive to, what does that clip say?
It says that he was using like burner phones to communicate with other teams, and then while he was also serving a suspension following a DUI arrest.
The general manager.
What a dog.
Yeah, so there was like allegations of cheating, harassment, gross misconduct, whatever the fuck that means. Having this podcast is gross misconduct, so we're not going to take that one too seriously.
Yeah,
But-
the stuff I did in the shower is gross misconduct. Listen, cheating only matters if you win, right?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, he cheated for
Yeah,
the
when they went
Cardinals.
5-12 last
yeah,
year.
they didn't win any
Whoa.
game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you got a shit quarterback still. You got a mid running back and one good wide receiver.
It's a big thing though to have a former team executive be the whistleblower. This wasn't some allegation that like leaked. This was like
He was in the
that-
shit.
executive went and ratted out the owner on some shit. So we'll see if anything comes of that. I doubt it will, but
I mean, the Cardinals.
The Cardinals aren't going to be shit anyways.
Still trash.
I think they're like, if D Hop leaves, what is their offense going to be next year? What you think Kyler's going to carry? He's
James Conner and Zach Ertz.
He's going to miss the first half of the season anyways, right? With that knee injury because he blew out his knee last year. Yeah. So Cardinals. It's not looking good if you're a Cardinals fan, which I don't really know a lot of Cardinals fans, so not a big deal. UFC 287.
Yeah.
Coming up on Saturday. Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira. I always feel like I'm butchering his
I think it's
name.
Pineda.
Pineda?
Kind of.
Pereira?
We're so white.
I know, yeah. Pereira.
Yeah. Where's the gabagoo?
Yeah, he's Brazilian. He just did the little Italian.
Hey, where's the gabagoo?
Where's the pinata?
Leave the gun. Take the cannoli. Hey. All right. Fuck. There's somewhere I was going to go. What are the betting odds on that?
Adesanya is still the favorite. And
minus what?
Minus 140.
Which is, all right, I want Izzy to win, but that's a little bit crazy. This man's lost 4 times to Alex. And he's still the favorite.
He could have won every time, though.
Yeah.
That's his own fault, I think, every time. He just
getting caught at the end.
Yeah.
Well, because I think Alex, dude, so Alex has an ability. There's something scary about a fighter that can switch it into a second gear. And I watched a translation of what his coaches were telling him in between the 4th and the 5th round going into that shit, and they're gassing him up. You're down 4-0. You've lost every fucking round. You need to go sleep him. You need to go knock him out. You see Alex just fucking stand up like this crazy.
And they're lying.
No, he was down 4. He was losing the whole fight.
Shit.
There was that clip too, in between the 4th and the 5th, starting the 5th round. He said, like, in Portuguese, he was like, "I'm ready to kill."
Oh shit.
You need a knockout, and then he stands up and says, "I'm ready to kill." That dude's fucking terrifying, bro. He's big too.
He is scary.
This might be his last fight at middleweight, in my opinion, because they're comparing him. Cause he's 6'4", and so is Izzy, but he's built way bigger. I think the weight cut is a little hard on him, to be honest.
Well, I read something that there was a post that he walked around at 238.
Okay.
238 pounds, bro. That's what John Jones is fighting heavyweight at. John Jones got up to what, 240 something.
For the sake of a bet, and our bet on this podcast, let's do 10. I got Pineda.
See, I don't know if I could bet against him. I would love to say that.
Okay, then I got Adesanya. What are we doing?
Really?
Let's go. 10.
I'll take Izzy. No,
okay.
No. I like this. I like this. Izzy's like on to the anime. There's some anime storyline. I got 10 on Izzy.
Okay, I'll take whatever. I'm with the
shits.
Money's on the wood.
And we're actually talking about 10 blowjobs.
But I said 10. I meant 10 blowjobs.
10 blowjobs.
Did you guys want to talk about the co-main event at all? Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal.
Ooh.
I got Masvidal on that.
I got Masvidal too. He's been hitting.
I'll take your money on both those.
What's up? How much?
You got Gilbert.
Whatever. Some head. Yeah.
I got Jorge too.
So you gotta suck us both off at the same time.
Jorge's hinting at retirement a little bit, right? I saw some.
Yeah, he said, you know what? If I don't win this fight, I might be done. You know, he's ranked 11th in the welterweight division now. So if he doesn't win this fight, his road to the title is going to turn into 5 or 6 fights compared to 2 to 3. So and plus he also has that new organization, Gamebred Boxing. Where Roy Jones Jr. and Anthony Pettis just fought, Jose Aldo and Jeremy Stevens. He has a good thing going outside of fighting, right? I think he's doing all right. Yeah. So I think he knows that, if he's not fighting for a title soon, he's kind of older in the game too. He's been around for a while. So I think he's just looking on to bigger and better things.
He's been taking a lot of brain damage, and he's going to make, UFC fighters don't really make money like that. So, his biggest payday was probably, Nate Diaz for the BMF belt, because that's such a draw. But he's going to make so much more money post-career. And the Jose Aldo fight and Jeremy Stevens fight was entertaining. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was actually pretty entertaining.
Here's the thing. I think athletes need to be better. I know when it comes to passion and things you love, you got to be better at knowing when to call it quits. I think athletes, especially athletes, actors, musicians, they run the well dry after their prime. It's like, bro, you're 50, you're 40. Like, let's call it quits. Let's figure out what else you love, and let's make an impact there because you already have a name. All you have to do is put your hand in something, and whatever you love will take off as well.
Yeah, I agree on that because, some of these guys are going after they're retired in the UFC. You think they're really done, and then they go switch over to boxing, either whether it's to collect a check or just because they're just so competitive they can't stop. But then you see guys like, Darren Till. He just announced that he's going to boxing. He's still somewhat in his prime. He's not near as old as, Aldo or, Vitor Belfort or any of those guys, right?
Right.
He sees dollar signs, and I think he's making the transition at the right time in his career. Like, hey, I'm going to go make money now before I'm washed up and, like, taking too much, damage, right? So
Go get that bag while you still have some brain cells left, right?
So here's the thing. You're either, once you continue after your prime or after people are kind of sick of seeing you, you're either hurting your brain, especially in sports. You're hurting your brain or your name. So you can either do something positive and figure it out, or you can just keep negatively affecting your image.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of this, the running back for the Broncos just signed to the XFL too, right?
I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, he was he played for the Broncos. He just signed to the XFL. The Rock just announced it. I'm getting upset because
Philip Lindsay.
Oh.
Philip Lindsay just signed to the XFL, which
He fell off hard. He was pretty decent, wasn't he?
I think that hurts his name.
Well, yeah. He's not signing to the XFL because he's making more.
That's what I'm saying. But it's kind of tough because if you're in these NFL player situations and obviously no team wants you, you want to keep your happiness alive, which is playing that sport.
And listen, dude. So the XFL, you don't make shit, right? But he was never getting paid anyways. Running backs don't get paid anymore anyways. He was never a top tier running back that was getting paid out fat. So if you're Tom Brady and you've been making $40 million a year for fucking 20 years, you're not going to go play for a few $100,000 in the XFL.
Fact.
But if you're Lindsay, who's only made, I don't know how much he's made, but let's see, he's made $7-8 million in his career, and he's going to go to the XFL and make a few $100,000, wouldn't you take that bag?
Yeah.
I would go take it. Give me a cool little check, dude. I'll take that.
I mean, and speaking back on the legacy thing, say you're Le'Veon Bell and you're hurting your name by getting knocked out in a boxing match. But you also know this boxing match is going to make you $1 million.
Yeah, do it.
Who doesn't want $1 million?
Yeah, I'll take a mil.
So
yeah.
it's a give and take, but
Fuck yeah. All right, on to some baseball. So there's some new baseball rules. Opening day was what, last Thursday?
it was Thursday. I was at the Friday game
Oh, you did go.
for the Dodgers. Me and my girl went to Friday night's game against the Diamondbacks. Here's my problem. So we obviously have the pitch clock now.
Yeah.
I think two things are negatively affected with the pitch clock. I think running time of the full game is affected. I think it cuts it down to 30 minutes less than what it used to be.
They're trying to make the game faster.
So it's fine on TV. But when you're in the atmosphere of a baseball game, you're there because of the atmosphere. You're there because of the slow pace, and you enjoy not knowing how long you're going to be at the baseball game and things like that. And I think the ambiance and the aesthetic of that is taken away, which kind of hurts the experience. And I also think these pitchers, this is actually everywhere. These pitchers are negatively affected because you don't get time to chill. When you got 15 seconds to throw the ball every pitch, you're losing control. You're hurting batters like Justin Turner got hit in the face. I just saw another batter get hit in the face.
Rushed.
You're too rushed. You don't have time to chill, and now you're losing control and hurting people.
That's fair.
So
I never really thought about it that
think it's
way.
actually negatively affecting the game of baseball, and I personally don't like when tradition is changed.
Fair.
And I get that they're trying to speed up the game, but at the same time, yeah, like those pitchers that usually go 7-8 innings, they're throwing 100 plus pitches, depending on their arm. Being rushed like that, it's gassing, right? Like it's gonna gas you, and that might knock an inning or two off of your total. So I mean,
Yeah, you got it. You don't have that time recovery time in between pitches.
and the faster you rush, that means the worse you're gonna throw, and then the more hits you're gonna give up, and then the higher score in the game. So like there's a lot that plays into it.
And I mean, not even talking about hitting batters. You're throwing balls now. You're getting behind in the count because this fucking clock is staring at you. Like the clock's right in front of the pitcher.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I don't
Distracting.
even get. I can't even walk around this mound for a second. I can't even rotate the ball in my hand.
So when does the clock start? Is it as soon as the ball gets back to him?
yeah.
I thought it was as soon as it hits the catcher's glove.
No, it's as soon as it gets back. But it's like, bro, it's still like I was like, damn, he's pitching again.
At the same
Damn.
time, though, the catcher can't, take his time throwing it
Like
back.
what? Wipe off the ball and be like, take
Well,
10, 15 seconds.
Me and my girl were watching it, and we're having a good time, just enjoying stuff. And all of a sudden, she's like, the count's already 2-0. And I was like, I just missed 2 pitches? I don't even know what
It's
the
so much
fuck's going
faster.
on, you know?
And then there was another rule, right? The shift rule. What's the shift rule, Sean?
So basically all 4 infielders, they're required to stay on the dirt, can't be on the grass, and they have to be, 2 on each side, right?
Really? So you can't go 3 on the right side and 1.
No.
Wow.
Yeah. So the shortstop cannot be past second base. They need to be in between second and third.
Exactly. And from what I heard is that, teams trying to get around that is, bringing, say left field or right field as close as
Closer.
they can to the infield, but they cannot be on the dirt. They have to stay on the grass. So, they're trying to get around it, but, we'll see how it all plays out.
So what is this the MLB just trying to make it higher scoring?
Yes, they
Trying to open up that part of the field so that there's more
The
people
problem
on base
is
and shit like that?
At the end of the day, it's an entertainment business. And when you're losing viewers every year, there's nothing
Yeah.
entertaining going on. When traditional baseball fans are watching the battle between the pitcher and the batter. That's all it comes down to. All the rest is bullshit.
You know what helped baseball's ratings? Let him start taking the shit that Barry Bonds was on back
Let
in the
him-
day.
yeah.
Let him start juicing
Yeah.
again, bro.
Yeah.
We want to see people fucking hitting
Just
dingers
break-
out of the goddamn stadium and breaking windshields in the parking lot. damn it.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Here, you remember, that baseball game, the slugfest, where you could just fucking run up the first
yeah.
base and punch somebody?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
let's
take 'em
go. What was I was going to touch on something really quick. You said, what would make baseball more entertaining? And I
Players
thought,
being on steroids again.
oh, no, here's what I thought of. The TikTok account for the Savannah Bananas. There's a league that exists. I don't know if you guys have seen these TikToks.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's almost like the minor leagues, but it's not affiliated with the MLB.
Oh,
where
and they do jokes and shit. It's like
dance.
the Harlem
They
Globetrotters for
dance
baseball.
and have a good time, and those fans are packed out, bro. People
what you're
love
talking
that
about.
shit where they're just doing TikTok dances and then they'll throw the ball and it's some wild shit.
It's like the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball. Yeah, it's like entertainment. It's like everything's kind of scripted a little bit.
And they're mad. The Savannah Bananas are the super famous now because of that shit.
Yeah. There was that pitcher. I'm gonna butcher his name, Kodai Senga from Japan. Super cool story, bro. So I've been nerding out on this dude the past 2 days.
Yeah.
30 years old, just made his MLB debut.
Okay.
He's been playing in the Japanese baseball league. I don't know what it's called. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna
don't
butcher,
even,
but anyways, some Japanese league, right? He's been playing there since 2012. Just signed with the New York Mets. I think they signed him to a 5-year, $75 million contract, right? Made his MLB debut the other day. This dude starts off. It's a big stage to go to, and this dude's now a fucking multi-millionaire. So think about that pressure. Steps onto the mound, walks 2 batters, throws multiple pitches in the dirt, and has a wild pitch that gets a error and somebody advances on the bases, right?
Yeah.
Looks bad. Goes on to retire, I think, 15 out of 17 batters over the next 5 innings and strike out 8 of them. This dude's a fucking dog, dude. He's invented a new pitch called the Ghost Forkball. This dude could throw a 102 mile per hour fastball and then follow it up with a Ghost Forkball. And I was watching this video on how he throws it. So essentially, his fingers are crazy wide on the ball on either side of the ball, like he's throwing a slider. So when he throws it, instead of snapping his wrist back like a fastball, he keeps his wrist plane and it makes it spin on this kind of an axis. So this shit looks like it's coming in. So he'll throw a 102 mile per hour fastball and he'll throw this Ghost Forkball, and this shit comes at the same trajectory as the fastball, but then halfway to the batter drops into the fucking dirt coming 82 miles an hour. So there was some of the dude, he struck out 7 different batters with that shit. And this ball drops so far that it literally hits the plate. And these batters are still swinging at it because that's how hard that shit just drops off at the end. Crazy, dude.
He's just setting them up with fastballs.
Dude.
You see that coming the same
Fastball,
speed.
fastball, slider, fastball, and then hits with that fucking ghost forkball. That shit
nuts.
looks disgusting, bro. Watch some videos of what that pitch looks
And
like. It's crazy.
Eventually, when that starts to catch on, they're going to expect it and then just hit him with another fastball. Yeah. That's
It's
nuts.
crazy, bro. It's like so much more dangerous than a changeup. I sat there last night watching so many fucking of his Japan highlights.
Just stroking it.
Just stroking it, dude.
Yeah, just bricked
The
up.
way he was slinging them balls around had me feel a certain kind of way.
I just heard something from Adam Schefter, kind of off, same ballpark, MLB. I guess Mike Trout hits up Adam Schefter every day for Eagles news. He's like, "What's the deal with blah blah?" Like, hit him up about Chauncey Gardner-Johnson like for weeks every day. Like, what's good with
going
Chauncey?
on?
Like, he's got
What's going on?
like he's gonna have the down low, and not let the world know before he tells Mike Trout. You know,
Right.
That's just nuts. I like how much of an Eagles fan Mike Trout is.
Oh yeah, it's kind of cool to see that. So we were just talking about. You just went to that Dodgers game, right?
Yes,
We were talking about the difference in ticket prices
we were okay.
because you're an Angels fan.
I'm an Angels fan, and I know people have seen me wearing a Dodgers hat before. That's because my tattoo artist has designed that Dodger hat to be custom for him.
You're a
and
traitor. It's okay.
No, I wear that Dodger hat just to support my tattoo artist.
Yeah, you fucking
Also,
poser.
I'm an Angels fan, and I know this is an A's hat flipped upside down. It's another tattoo artist that does my stuff that he just touched up. Okay, regardless, Angel tickets. How do I say this without sounding racist?
Whoa. I'm not racist, but
Angel Stadium, I feel like, is super gentrified and white. So
it's in Anaheim.
so tickets might be a little bit pricier than tickets in LA. So my tickets, I was on first base side
At the Dodgers game.
at the Dodgers game, 137 each. The same tickets at the Angels game were 333.
Which is funny because you know the Angel Stadium's never sold out.
This game is. It's the home game though, first home game.
It's saying that average Angels tickets are $54, Dodger tickets 50.
So, but those are bare minimum. Those are pavilion
Those
seats,
leading
probably.
pavilion seats. So we're talking about that like first deck.
I don't know if that goes.
I don't know
Right.
how it translates.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, bro, if they're gouging their fans on ticket prices like that, it makes sense. Goddamn, you got Ohtani and Mike Trout to pay. Those guys are getting fucking paid, dude.
Bro,
You got to
the-
make some money.
the
somewhere.
best two MLB players in the league,
Yeah.
both on one team, not making the playoffs.
And you got exactly. You got to make up the income in the regular season because they're never advancing into the playoffs. They're never making more money. They're never doing.
I will
anything in
slap
the
you right
postseason.
here. Oh,
Am I wrong? Exactly.
I'm an Angels fan because of Vladimir Guerrero. I love Vladdy, dude. 2006, 2007. I was 7, 8 years old when the Angels beat the Giants in the World Series in 2002. I still vividly remember watching Tim Salmon and Garrett Anderson
All them
and
dogs.
all these guys playing. So I still love the Angels because of that. So it hasn't really hurt my feelings to see how bad we were over the past 10 years. I don't really give that much of a shit. But
You just can't all right, with Ohtani being the talent that he is now and Mike Trout, if they're both playing together for 3, 4, 5 years and you guys don't win anything, then at one point on your team, you're going to have 2 of the top 5 best baseball players, arguably, ever. And you don't win dick. It's not a single fucking thing. It's not a single finals, not even being competitive.
it's a pitching problem, though.
Yeah, you guys
which
don't have
we've
any pitchers,
always
bro.
had a pitching problem. We even have Rendon. Did you see Rendon at the A's game? To opening day, somebody in the crowd's chirping Rendon, grabs him walking into the dugout or walking
I
into
did
the
see
locker room,
that.
grabs him, starts talking shit. Like, you want to talk that shit? I'm right here. Grabs him by the shirt,
I saw
pulled him
that.
down. Was like, let's talk that shit then.
And dude, you're a professional athlete, bro. How are you gonna let some fucking drunk ass
Some
fan get
A's
under your
fan,
skin like
some
that?
guy in Oakland.
So where you gonna go? Because all right, so you just grab this dude by his collar. I'm sure there's gonna be some kind of fine. Professional sports leagues don't fuck around with letting athletes do that kind of shit. So you're gonna get in trouble now. Like, bro, you got that bothered.
I was a fan. I feel like my neck hurts.
I
I know. What's my bank account look like versus yours, pussy?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And then you got that bad.
Yeah. Also,
Jesus.
back to the ticket prices. You can kind of tell by the makeup of the stadiums who's going to have more expensive tickets, right? Angel Stadium's fucking nice. You got the rocks in the background with the fountains, and Dodger Stadium, bro, it's a fucking jungle in the pavilion. You got people fighting. You got people shanking people out there.
The only other team.
That's LA though.
That's history right there.
Yes. The only other stadium that I've ever been to is the San Diego Padres.
I like the
their
Padres
stadium's
stadium.
sick because it's like right on the like ocean. So like half of it's in the ocean, the other half of the stadium there's skyscrapers and shit right there. And then you walk out of the stadium and you're in downtown San Diego. So you can leave the game and go hit bars like as you're walking back to your Airbnb.
You know what stadium I've been to that I'm hyped about? Do you remember the Minnesota Twins dome before it got shut down or demolished?
No.
I was at that stadium before it got demolished.
Damn.
Nuts.
It's pretty crazy.
2005.
Off topic, but Lakers are up by 10 with 1:43 to go.
Oh yeah,
Oh
we up.
shit.
That's good.
Oh shit. Big dub for the Lakers. Let's move into the 6th seed so we're out of the play-in.
I would like to beat the Suns on Friday. I would like to beat the Clippers coming up.
Yeah.
Let's handle it.
Lakers are looking good, dude. I'm actually excited for the
Yeah.
playoff run.
I'm excited about everything we've spoken about today. I
Fuck
think
yeah.
we killed everything so far. I don't know if there's much more that we want to touch on.
I don't
be
think we have
honest.
anything else to talk about. We've been recording for 45 minutes, so
Let's wrap this
go
shit
ahead and
up.
wrap it up.
Yeah, you want to do the
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys again for watching the 8th episode of the Bet on Us podcast. We'll catch you next week.